Hello student, welcome to you in biology class. Pooja Nashikar Madam, Ferguson College, Pune. Student, in our last lecture, we have completed everything about the process of fertilization. How male gamete and female gamete unite so as to form diploid zygote. Now let us study the further part with the help of PowerPoint presentation. Okay student, now see what is exactly the significance of fertilization. Most of the time in exam, the question is expected for 2 marks, write a note on importance of fertilization, significance of fertilization, restoration of diploid number of chromosome. Yes, whatever original number of chromosome in all the humanity same. Because of fertilization, because one haploid male and one haploid female gamete will unite. So the number of chromosome will be restored back. Determination of the sex of the new individual. Yes, what type of the sperm having which type of the chromosome will fertilize the ovum. Accordingly, the sex of the baby can be decided. Then secondary oocyst completes. Because of fertilization only, this we have done, completed. If there is no fertilization, secondary oocyst will not complete the entire process of its growth and development, that is oogenesis. Ovum can't be formed or secondary oocyst cannot be converted into ovum. It combines the characters of two parents in sexually reproducing organisms. See how exactly it leads to the variation and has significance in evolution. So fertilization is playing very important role even during in evolution. Now proceed with the next important. See, in the first part we have completed gametogenesis. Gamete कसे बनले. Then second part we have end of gametogenesis, starting of fertilization. So when one male gamete, one female gamete will unite, they will form the zygote. Now after formation of zygote, the further development which takes place is called as embryonic development. Which is the first embryonic development? It is nothing but cleavage. See student, what is exactly meaning of the term cleavage? Cleavage means what? Cleavage, it is mainly a rapid mitotic division. Now pay attention, cleavage is the mitotic type of the cell division. There is now no change in the chromosomal pattern, right? All the cells whatever are produced after cleavage, after division are diploid only. So what is cleavage? It is rapid mitotic division of zygote to form hollow, spherical, multicellular structure called as blastula. The cells formed by cleavage are called blastomas. Now I will show you the diagram how one cell, that is one zygote cell, single cell of the zygote will divide to form 2 cell, 4 cell, 8 cell, 16 cell, and they will form the newly formed cells. They are supposed to be called as blastomas. There is no growth between the cleavages. The size of blastomas will be reduced with every successive cleavage because the original size will be same. Only the number of cells will go on increasing as the blastomeres this go on increasing. So what they have suggested, the size of the blastomere will be reduced with every successive cleavage. In human, the cleavage is holoblastic, that is, the whole zygote is divided from animal pole to vegetal pole. Let me explain you student. For example, if this is what is the female gamete, secondary oocyst. Now here the pole towards which the nucleus is present, this is called as animal pole. There is polarity. And opposite to this is called as vegetal pole. Now what they have suggested, when the cleavage takes place continuously from animal pole to that of the vegetal pole, that is supposed to be called as holoblastic. Now, the cleavage occurs as follows. How the cleavage takes place in the zygote, in the fertilized egg. Say now, most of the time the question is expected, first cleavage takes place after dash hours of fertilization, second cleavage takes place after dash hours of fertilization or after first cleavage. Question कसा है, accordingly answer बदलणार है. Cleavage, first cleavage, second cleavage, third cleavage. Direction, vertical. That is, imagine suppose it is from first cleavage is from animal to pole to vegetal pole. When it takes place after 30 hours of fertilization. So starting from single cell zygote, how many cells will be produced? 2 blastomas. Second cleavage, It is vertical but at right angle to the first cleavage. When it occurs after 60 hours of fertilization. How many blastomeres are formed? 4. Third cleavage, it is horizontal. When it takes place after 72 hours of fertilization. Means if you check, the gap between first and second cleavage is 30 hours. Second and third will be 12 hours. And how many blastomeres will be formed? 8 blastomeres. Say now the diagrammatic point of view. Zygote, first cleavage, 2 cells are formed. Now what are these cells called as? Blastomeres. Second cleavage, which is at right angle to the first cleavage, 4 cells will be formed. Third cleavage, which is horizontal. So 8 cells will be formed. Now, such a type of the say now, successive division. After third cleavage, fourth, fifth, successive cell division takes place in this, and a solid ball of cells called morula of 16 cells. Compactly arranged. In the diagram I will show you now. Compactly arranged cells of the morula. See here. Zygote will, now all the divisions are mitotic. So 2 cell stage, 4 cell stage. Now see here, when successive cell division takes place, a compact bunch of the cell, mass of the cell occurs, which is called as morula. It consists of 2 types of the cell. In this morula, 2 types of the cells are there. Some of the cells are small, that are called as micromeres, while some of the cells are large, that are called as megameres. Now it consists of 2 types of the cell, an outer layer of smaller clearance. Whatever the small cells are there, they are present at the periphery. See here, they are located to the outer side. And inner cell mass are of larger cell, and this inner cell mass cells, these are of large cell cells. Morula reaches the uterus. Whole this development is taking place in the fallopian tube. The student, fertilization also takes place in fallopian tube. Then post-fertilization embryonic stage, that is nothing but the cleavage. It also starts in the fallopian tube. 1 cell to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16. So whole this development is about 3 to 4 days. That is 72 to 96 hours. Then the embryo will detach from the fallopian tube, and now it is located into that of uterus. Say now, morula reaches the uterus about 4 to 6 days after fertilization. Now, where morula formation, so we start from zygote, we end at morula. Now, morula to blastula, that process is called as blastulation. Now, what happens in the morula? Morula, which is the compact bunch of the cell, the small micromeres will get adjusted. They are located at the periphery, and they will form a continuous, say now, the outer layer of the cell of the morula is called tropoblast. He is outer layer which is mainly formed with the help of micromeres. This is called as tropoblast layer. Right? Now this layer absorbs the nutritive fluid. What is the function of this layer? Because now it is present in the uterus. Kute hi layer uterus madhe. Now in the uterus we have studied the endometrial glands. They secrete endometrial secretion. So more and more secretion will be absorbed with the help of this tropoblast layer, outer layer. And now the size of the embryo increases. As more and more fluid is absorbed by the tropoblast cell, the cell becomes flat and cavity called blastocele cavity is formed. Say now, what will happen? The size of the embryo increases. Now this peripheral cell, tropoblast cell, they will become more flat. Asha होणार है, because they have to cover, they will become very flat. Now at the center the cavity is generated, and whatever large megameres or macromeres are there, that cell will remain articulated at one end. That is the to this side. Now this pole, say now such a type of a single layer embryo is formed. This is outer thin layer of this tropoblast. Now here, then this is what is the embryonic knob, the towards which side the all megameres are located. This is called embryonic pole, and opposite is called as embryonic, opposite to this. And the cavity which is enclosed by this single membranous structure is called as blastocele cavity, and the structure which is formed is called as blastula. So starting from morula to single layered embryo enclosing a blastocell cavity formation occurs, and this formation is called as blastulation. See student, now again one more diagram. Zygote, two blastomere, entire explanation I have given it in the diagram, cleavage or cellular division, then 4 blastomere, 8 blastomere, then morula at the age of 16 to 32 cell stage. Inner cell mass will become more and more thinner. They will locate to the periphery. See here now blastocyst formation. Here is the blastocell cavity. This is inner cell mass and outer layer of the cell called as trophoblast. Like this, the blastula formation is completed and the whole process is called as blastulation. So, after fertilization, cleavage. Cleavage will end into morula. Morula to blastula. Now, this causes trophoblast cell to get separated from the inner cell mass except at one side. As I have given you already, I have shown the diagram, whatever the trophoblast layer, because it increases, the size increases. So the trophoblast layer and inner cell mass layer will get attached to the trophoblast only at one side. See, the trophoblast cells in contact with embryonal knob. See, suppose these are the trophoblast cell. Try to understand. 1 mark question may be expected on this. Now these are trophoblast cell and here embryonic knob, all the megameres, they get articulated to one end. So that end already what we studied, this end is called as embryonic knob. Now the trophoblast cells which are in contact with this embryonic knob, these cells are called as cells of Robber. Say now, the trophoblast cell in contact with embryonal knob are known as cells of Robber. As the quantity of the fluid still increases, again the quantity of the fluid will increases, the morula enlarges rapidly and assume the shape of a cyst. Cyst, flower basket असतो तसं दिसतंय हे. This stage is called blastocyst and the process is called as blastulation. See the structure, inner cell mass cell, blastocyst and outer trophoblast layer. Diagrammatic explanation, see student, here all these large cells are located. Now one more level what you can write here, this is embryonic knob, this is embryonic, then this trophoblast layer, these cells which are in contact with embryonic knob, these are called as cells of Robber. This is what is the structure of blastula and this is how the process of blastulation will be completed. Now, after blastula formation occurs, the next process of embryonic development takes place, which is nothing but implantation. Implanted म्हणजे काय? Implanted means attached, articulated. Definition: after the formation of blastocyst by 6th to 7th day of fertilization, बघा प्रत्येक ठिकाणी डे बघा आता, ब्लास्टोसिस्ट फॉर्मेशन झालंय फर्टिलायझेशन नंतर आणि नाव by 5th to 6th day of fertilization, the embryo gets embedded deep into the endometrium of the uterus. Whatever here the endometrium is there, this embryo will get deeply articulated to the wall of the uterus. This process is called implantation. Once again I repeat, after formation of blastocyst, in how many days? 6th till 7th day, maximum 7th day of fertilization. From fertilization till 7th day, the embryo gets embedded deep into the endometrium of the uterus. This process is called as implantation. The trophoblast cell of blastocyst, say now, this trophoblast cell of the blastocyst at the embryonic knob have the power to stick to the uterine wall. Imagine students, suppose this is the uterus wall. Now here is the embryo. Now this embryonic knob, suppose this is what is the embryonic knob. This trophoblast cell, they are having tendency, they are having power, say now knob, the power to stick to the uterine wall. They will get articulated to the wall of the uterus. The portion of the blastocyst where embryonal knob is located lies against the endometrium. See, I have shown it directly that how exactly this embryo embryonal knob, that portion will get located just opposite to that of the endometrium. Now it is ready for articulation. See the diagram, how exactly this is trophoblast layer, outer trophoblast, this is embryonic knob. Now are you getting the C now? Now this trophoblast layer, now in order to understand here light color cell, this light color cell they indicate the trophoblast layer, and now this is what is the uterus, endometrial layer of uterus in case of the mother. Now see how the articulation occurs. The trophoblast result in formation of two distinct layers, syncytiotropoblast and cytotrophoblast. Syncytiotropoblast means the layer having many nuclei. Syncytial means what? Say the outer layer syncytiotropoblast, that is syncytium. Syncytium means what? Multinucleated. If animal cells are having more than one nucleus, the condition or that cell or that condition is called as syncytial. So with many nuclei, it gives out process which extensively invade the endometrium. See now, what they are suggesting, whatever the trophoblast is there, it shows two layers. This outer layer towards to the wall of the endometrium, it is called as syncytiotropoblast. It will extensively migrate, extensively proceeds into the wall of the endometrium of mothers, that is of the uterus. While inner layer of the trophoblast which is facing towards inside, that is called as cytotrophoblast. In this way, articulation of the embryo to the wall of mother, it takes place. This process is called as implantation. Now let us proceed with one of the very important type of the embryonic developmental phase called as gastrulation. What is gastrulation? The process of formation of three germinal layers by morphogenetic movements of the cells in blastula. See student, now we know what is the structure of blastula. Suppose this is what is the outer trophoblast layer. Now here is the embryonic knob cells, that is all megameres which are present. Now here is the blastocele cavity. Now in this blastocyst only, it leads to some sort of the morphogenetic type of the movement. The cells will go on changing. Some sort of the movement occurs, some differentiation occurs in the cell, leading to formation of gastrula, and this process is called as gastrulation. What is gastrula? From this blastula, gastrula will be formed. Gastrula is three germinal layer embryo having ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm. आठवतंय का स्टुडंट, लास्ट इयरला आपण थोडंसं बघितलेलं आहे हे डिप्लोब्लास्टिक changes during gastrulation. What type of changes occurs during gastrulation? Formation of endoderm. The first embryonic layer, the first germinal layer which is formed during embryonic growth and development is endoderm. Some of the cells of embryonal knob, again whatever the cell, in the next diagram I will show you, embryonic knob, some of the cell which are facing towards the blastocele cavity, that is why they are called hypoblast. Hypo means lower, they are located to the lower side, become flat and forms the first endodermal cell. They will absorb more and more fluid and they will become somewhat flat and they will form the first endodermal cell. Then they rapidly multiply, right? Which cell I am telling you about? The cells which are present towards the blastocele cavity, cells of the embryonic knob which are facing towards the blastocele cavity, they will become flat, absorb more and more fluid, and now they start multiplying rapidly, spread out in all the direction and soon form a complete lining inside the trophoblast. They will spread because they go on multiplying, they don't have space to go out. So this is suppose trophoblast, that cell will go on located just inside the trophoblast like this, enclosing a cavity. But what is this first layer called as? This is embryonic endoderm. See, the endoderm located under the embryonal knob is called embryonic endoderm, which later forms the embryonic gut. So this is how it will form the gut, digestive canal of the embryo. The remaining endoderm along with trophoblast forms primary yolk sac. So this is called as embryonic and this is called as primary yolk sac. So now this is how the first germinal layer is formed. Formation of embryonic disc. Now some of the cell which are facing towards to that of the blastocell cavity, they multiply, they have formed the endoderm. Now remaining cells of embryo, that embryonal knob, the blastocyst consists to grow due to absorption of more and more uterine milk, and the embryonic knob becomes columnar and forms the embryonic disc. Now formation of amniotic cavity, see here again, whatever this embryonic knobble cell, they will become more and more columnar and the disc-like structure is formed. Now here between trophoblast and this layer, there is a fluid. That fluid, say now formation of amniotic cavity, the space between embryonic disc, this is what is the columnar type of the arrangement of the cell. The space between embryonic disc and the trophoblast is called amniotic cavity filled with amniotic fluid. That cavity, it is filled with the help of amniotic fluid, which is one of the very important circulating fluid for the embryo. Formation of ectoderm. Now the remaining cells of embryonic disc become columnar and forms the ectoderm. So whatever the embryonic cell, remaining cells are there, they will become. So first layer which was formed, it was nothing but endoderm. Now remaining cells, they will enclose as a cavity, they will form ectoderm. These cells later detach from the embryonic disc and forms the mesodermal layer. Later on, see student, once ectoderm will be formed, then what will happen? Formation of embryonic mesoderm, how it occurs? The mesoderm is formed by proliferation of the cell present at the hind end. Whatever caudal region of that embryonic disc is there towards the hind end, that cell will proliferate. That cell later detach from the embryonic disc, right? Because that are attached to that embryonic disc, that are the present to the caudal end of the embryonic disc, and forms the mesodermal layer between ectoderm and endoderm. We already know that cell will proliferate and they will form, suppose this is endoderm first which is formed, then ectoderm which is formed, then the cell layers which is present between endo and ectoderm, this is called as mesoderm. In this way, 3 germinal layer embryo is formed. This layer separate yolk sac and amniotic cavity. Yolk sac is innervated with what? Endoderm. Amniotic cavity with ectoderm. So mesoderm, what they are suggesting? It separates the yolk sac as well as amniotic cavity. Try to understand student now diagrammatic point of view. See the first diagram indicate morula, compact ball. Then morula to blastula. We know the blastulation, early blastocyst formation, embryonic knob cell and outer layer of the trophoblast. Now here what we are getting in the late blastocyst, first of all, see here this yellow colored type of the structure, the cells of the embryonal knob which are present towards the blastocyst will go on proliferating, go on multiplying, and they will form the endoderm first, which encloses the yolk sac. See here the labels of the yolk sac is mentioned. Then remaining cell will become columnar, they will form the embryonic disc, which will form a second layer, that is embryonic ectoderm, enclosing which cavity? Amniotic cavity. So first one endoderm, then ectoderm, and see here student, in between endo and ectoderm, the third germinal layer which is formed. See gastrula, embryo with 3 primary germ layers, endoderm, ectoderm, and here if you are getting which is present between endo and ectoderm, which bifurcate, which separate yolk sac and amniotic cavity, that is called as embryonic mesoderm. Thus 3 germinal layer embryo is formed, and this 3 germ layer embryo is called as gastrula, and the whole process of formation of gastrula from blastula, the process is called as gastrulation. Hope you understand what is exactly meaning of the term gastrulation. See here, again inner cell mass, same thing is there, but most of the time students are finding it difficult. So I have tried to show you diagrammatically. See here trophoblast layer, inner cell mass, then amniotic cavity, ectoderm, endoderm, yolk sac, formation of extraembryonic membrane. Then here you are getting mesoderm in the third one, right? So this is what is the endoderm, this is ectoderm. It is mentioned ectoderm, amniotic cavity, endoderm, yolk sac, and now here it is mesoderm. See, one more diagram is over here. Amnion, amniotic cavity, then ectoderm, neural plate. Because in future, when we study about fate of three germinal layers, how three germinal layers are engaged so as to form number of different components, number of different organs, systems. In case of the embryo, that time you will understand ectoderm, neural plate, then mesoderm is there, then notochord, which is the part and parcel of our, can you recall what is notochord? It is the part and parcel of our skeletal system. Then endoderm, which encloses yolk sac. So this is how, starting from blastulation to gastrulation, that is starting from a simple single layered blastula, we are getting three germinal layer embryo, and that embryo is called as gastrula, and the whole process of formation of gastrula is called as gastrulation. Once gastrula will be formed, then the next important process of embryogenesis takes place, which is nothing but, yes, which is the next important process after germinal layer formation. It is nothing but, the next process is organogenesis. Before that, student, let us see what are the fate of three germinal layer. How three germinal layer participate. Ectoderm. Now, which are the different components? Ectoderm, hair, nail, epidermis of skin, epidermal glands, conjunctiva, that is associated with our eyes, lens, retina, CNS, entire central nervous system, lacrimal gland, which are located in our eyes, sebaceous gland, cornea, nasal epithelium, enamel of the teeth. So you should know mainly ectoderm. No doubt some of the organs are directly originating. Suppose entire central nervous system is originating from ectoderm, but some of the organs are dually in origin. See here, epidermis of skin is ectodermal, dermis of the skin is endodermal. Somewhere pituitary gland, it is means what you can say, posterior pituitary is ectodermal, then anterior pituitary is somewhat different. Same is there in adrenal cortex, adrenal medulla. So you should know which organs develop from which type of the germinal layer. Most of the time you are having question associated with fate of germ layer. That suppose epithelium of urethra is dash in origin, or mesodermal gonads are dash in origin. Hope student, till here you understand all the points. Hello student, Pooja Nashikar madam here. In today's part, we have completed about post-fertilization changes. पहिल्यांदा आपण significance of fertilization बघितलं. After fertilization, zygote will be formed. This zygote undergoes rapid successive mitotic type of the cell division so as to form morula. That after fertilization, the cleavage takes place. Cleavage will give rise to morula, then blastulation, then gastrulation, which will give rise to three germinal layer embryo. Hope student you understand all the points. Thank you.